Hi there, welcome to my channel. There is a dangerous myth about violence, that it ends, that once the soldiers leave, once the uniforms disappear, once the speeches stop, life goes on as normal. But violence does not end. It relocates. Dots entered the world through brutality. Her mother was raped and killed during Gukurahundi. She was born into accusation of events that happened before she was even conceived. As a child, she was surrendered to an elderly woman, a woman who had also lost her son during Gukurahundi violence. Two victims, one child, and one unresolved history. But instead of healing, grief turned into hierarchical. The old woman threatened Dot's maternal family with spiritual punishment. If the child did not live with her, if she did not serve her, ancestral wrath would follow. Fear became law, and the child became collateral damage. Dot was not raised. She was utilized. She was loaned to other households for labor, domestic work, field work, errands. Her childhood was transactional. The old woman collected the benefits. Imagine growing up knowing you are unwanted, but also economically useful. Imagine learning that love is conditional, but your labor is mandatory. This is not just abuse. This is post-conflict displacement of pain. Dot grows up in a world where belonging must be earned through service. What kind of adult emerges from that soil? She grew knowing that if someone is kind, there is a price to be paid. She was punished for being a Gukurahundi daughter, blamed for violence she did not commit, carrying inherited accusation. Talk of black tax, here we speak of Gukurahundi tax. If you are treated like dirty long enough, you begin to question your own worth. When you grow up powerless, adulthood often becomes a search for leverage. Some become withdrawn. Some become intensely self-reliant. Some overachieve. Some sabotage intimacy before it can sabotage them. Not because they are broken, but because they were shaped under pressure. Dot is not simply traumatized. She is adapted to instability. She understands hierarchy. She understands silence. She understands that grief can turn cruel. And perhaps most dangerously, she understands that victims can become enforcers of suffering. This is the true aftermath of Gukurahundi. Not only mass graves, not only statistics, but children raised inside unresolved grief. When violence is never metabolized, it leaks into the next generation. Dots does not approach life with innocence. She approaches it with strategy. And that is the tragedy. Not that she survived, but that survival required the loss of softness, of humanity. History did not end with her mother's death. It continued inside her development. And that is how political violence becomes psychological inheritance. Thank you for listening. More